Hey Leo, welcome to your mid-month reading for June. We're going to be asking the tarot and the oracle cards basically about the situation currently where you're finding yourself and any obstacles and challenges that might arise in the rest of June, and then how to approach those. So we'll start out with a Morgan-Greer deck. I do have the descriptions of the decks below in case you'd like to check them out. All the decks I have are just so beautiful. I'm such a visual person, very drawn in by the visuals of each deck. But I guess that is tarot, right? It's all about how you feel when you look at those cards. All right, Leo, current situation at hand. Please make it clear, Spirit. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles. Right. I heard this badass warrior. That's what I heard. All right. And then any challenges coming up for June for Leo? All right, Five of Wands. So there might be some conflict at hand coming up. Excuse me, not at hand. It might not have arisen yet, actually. We still have a couple more weeks in the month of June. So this challenge might... It has something to do with competitive energy, possibly, or a disagreement, and then advice around that. The Sun, how awesome. The Sun's popped up quite a bit in the readings today. All right, so let's get some clarity on that with our other deck. Please make it clear, Spirit, clarity. Clarity and Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles here. We have Five of Wands, or excuse me, Five of Swords. All right. It's about being right, being righteous, being right. The challenge at hand for Leo. Challenge at hand for Leo. Ooh. So I'm going to put this back in the deck, but we do have Four of Wands. So that's, sometimes celebrations, gatherings, but your sense of security, sense of foundation. Okay, challenge at hand. This so far is really looking a lot like Leo being very strong and feeling very justified in your sense of what's right about this, whatever this competition or conflict is, and advice around it. You got the Sun and the Moon. Interesting. Okay, more clarity on the current situation. All right, and clarity on the challenge at hand for Leo for the rest of June. Got a lot of hoppers. Knight of Wands. Advice, please. Some advice about this conflicting energy for Leo for the rest of June. Please make it clear, Spirit. Advice. All right. Another card, please. Challenge. More advice about the challenge. I want the big picture here. I got some big cards. Let's get the big picture. All right, so this looks like it's happening right now. So Leo, thanks for your patience. Sorry about the glare here. So Leo, it looks like this is definitely about, this has an I'm right energy, like going forward in your independence and your, it doesn't feel exactly comfortable, and it doesn't feel like it might be working. And what does that mean, right? What does it's not working mean? It means that the cost of being right may not be as beneficial as you'd hope. So now, in some of your cases, if there's a toxic situation, I just want to say this. Leo, if there's a toxic situation, then follow your heart. Get away from the toxic situation, right? And this does feel somewhat toxic. And the challenge at hand is really going forward inside this conflict. Is going forward with a lot of energy. And there's a transformation waiting to happen here. The advice in this conflict is to pay attention to a bit of the shadow side of it all. Is it bringing up, pay attention to the thoughts that come up at night, some of the anxieties. What needs to be brought to the light? When you get the moon card next to the sun card, it's bringing something out to the light. Bringing something that could be somewhat subconscious. Pay attention to your dreams. It feels that they're trying to tell you something. This feels like it could have something to do with friends, community. It feels like there's going to be an end of a phase here with the World card coming out. But you know, you are somewhat justified in your opinion and your perspective of all this. You're going to be bulldogging it. You're going to be going forward, or you're going to be, that's our challenge, right? As a chariot, you want to go forward with this, but do consider the cost of being right. You want it to change. You want them to transform. You want them to see your perspective. You want this, and you do want it to end up well. You want it to end up in a functioning place. But what can you take responsibility for? Just out of curiosity, is there anything in it? And it's hard to see when we are in disagreements or when we're dealing with competitive energy, but this is not about two-dimensional discussion, right? This is not about a two-dimensional perspective. This is not why you've come across this tarot reading. And Leos are fantastic at, they like to be challenged, you know? They are fantastic adapters, and they can meet goals, they can meet challenges. They're naturally ambitious in their own way. And so here I'm just asking, as far as advice from Spirit regarding this disagreement, is there anything you can take responsibility for regarding this group of individuals, group of friends, group of coworkers? And for a few of you, this is going to be with one individual, but it really does feel like it's disagreeing with how a group might be going about something. And you're being called to pay attention to why do you disagree with it deeply? Like, why do you disagree with it? What can you own? What is their responsibility to own, right? And it's touchy because it's not really up to us, because they have a different perspective, right? There's gray area involved. We can't decide what's somebody else's responsibility and just have them magically agree, but there is going to be an ending of a phase here. Let's see if there's any more insight there. Justice. Could it speak any more clear, right? What is right? What is wrong? This could, for some of you, it's going to be contractual. It's going to involve the judicial system. It might involve families, kids. But standing by what's right, but what are you willing to give up to be right? So I'm going to choose from the Oracle deck right now. I hope this is clear. Of course, if it resonates, please hit the like button, please subscribe. We're gonna finish it up with the Oracle card, and we're just gonna run our fingers right through till it feels good. Thought. All right, so here we have thought, and you couldn't really get more to the point, right? Is consider, what are you willing to give up in order to be correct in this situation? Righteousness has its costs, but it's also very important to go forward and make progress and to stand in your own boots confidently. So I hope this is clear. I hope this is helpful. And thanks for spending this time with me. Take care, Leo.